Hello. Oh crap! He's just. What on earth, man? Why did you just come back to the video screen? You're just having a freaking fit.
Okay.
A laughing fit, that is. Evening, folks. That aren't watching, but if you are watching, well, hey. We're back this week after our massive disappointment of the last session, where you could hear all of those guys, but not me, which was a bit of a problem.
You got the important stuff. It's fine.
No, they didn't, because pretty much it was a lot of me talking and explaining stuff and doing plot exposition and fuck all else. So, we'll see what happens. But we're back for another session tonight, picking up, and I will recap everything. So, here's the previously on the Murdur Cru.
Don't steal my thing.
Sorry?
Don't steal my thing.
Yeah, let's just steal something that's been done ad nauseum in
My
every
thing.
TV production for.
It's mine.
Anyway, so previously on the Murdur Cru, there was a massive technical faux pas, which meant that pretty much the entire episode did not stream my audio, nor was it captured in the recording, which was massively disappointing, especially as it was possibly one of the best actual RP sessions this group's ever put together. And now there's been a gap of a session due to family issues, which I didn't actually get the next part of the plot prepared fully, and I didn't want to half-ass it, for a change. So it's been a while, so here's the story so far. The Murdur Cru, having survived the crash of Skyreach Castle, made their way through the mountain trails towards civilization, falling into a Yeti cave did little to hamper their descent, and as they sought a camp for the night, they found a pack of wolves and dispatched them as well as the Yetis. Axis made light work of skinning not only the wolves, but the Yeti as well, from earlier in the day. That's made more sense before. And they awoke to find a raven messenger in their camp the following day, which had a lovely teleportation scroll which they used to return to Waterdeep. Met by Leos and Alanthar deep within the Harper's hold, they regaled him with the tale of their adventures, briefing him on what went down. Leosin was troubled by what he heard, but assured the party that the Harpers and the major powers of the Sword Coast were now well aware of the threat posed by the dragon cult they had been investigating. With little to do until a council could be formed, Leosin let the crew go off on their business of their own. So they decided to revisit the Carnath Roadhouse, primarily so that Axis could reunite with his elk, but also to retrieve the several thousand gold pieces worth of treasure, 3 dragon eggs that they had stashed nearby on their way to Naditar Castle. With the treasure recovered, they journeyed north to Fandulin, where they received a hero's welcome. The town has recovered well since the crew dealt with the Red Mask bandits, and they met up with their business partner Gundren, and were recovering their share of the mine's profits and taking care of some other business when an eerie silence fell over the town. Shortly afterwards, Leosin, using a messaging spell, advised them that the council was forming and they should make their way back to Waterdeep quickly, and that a raven with a teleport scroll has been dispatched and it will be with them at dawn. And that is where we pick up.
We ride at dawn.
Well, you teleport at dawn if you could ride, but you won't really get there. So, yeah. So that's where we pick up. You were wandering off to retrieve your cash from Gundren, and there has just been an eerie silence that spread across the entirety of the town of Fandulin. The birds stopped singing. The
Burp stopped burping.
The burps stopped burping. The toads stopped croaking. All that sort of thing. And then it sort of picked up again. Just sort of, everything sort of came back, but everyone noticed this sort of like change in air pressure and silence. So you can make your way onto the shop to continue to retrieve your any goods that it was that you needed to retrieve, because I can't remember what they were, and the coin, which I believe I have already told you about and how much it was.
No.
I did, didn't I?
Nope.
I don't think it's in our pockets anyway.
I've got loot from the crates. That's all I've got.
375 gold each for the mines, but we need to go pick it up.
Oh, okay.
I already added it to my inventory.
Okay.
There's like I've got like D&D Beyond is
Yeah.
£700.
I'm
and then
pretty sure.
this thing is 1,000.
I might be right because about like 969 gold. That might
Once
be
the
right.
chops came up to
Oh
full
yeah,
launch,
no,
we
I've
head there with
definitely
them.
added it already.
Alright.
Fair enough.
Cool.
It's all the random shit we need to sell.
So you've still got and you had the. Well, I mean, you should have more than that. There was 4,500 gold from
Yeah.
the treasure.
I haven't shared that out yet.
Yeah, we
Oh,
haven't
okay.
shared that one out.
Yeah.
So you've still got there's the 1,500 gold of assorted gems, including the 300 gold's worth of diamonds, and the
I claim that.
3,500 gold's worth of jewelry, which you have returned to Sildar / whoever the new mayor of Fandulin is, to return to the villagers around Hoorsville. Should never have named that town Hoorsville.
Peer pressure be. No, I can't add loot. This is annoying. I can't give myself diamonds.
You can't give yourself diamonds.
Yeah, I can't add stuff in this Foundry interface thing.
You're not trying hard enough.
You can, or you should be able to.
Let's
Think
go
I
to
can
the
add-
item database.
You would need to go to the compendium.
just drag and drop.
Items, yeah. There might not be any item. Why is that so? Oh, there we go. Diamonds. Yeah, there's diamonds there. Not that particular diamond. That's a 5,000 gold diamond, but you can also just go into your character sheets.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Opened up. Go into the
Is-
inventory. Scroll down to loot. Click the add button.
Yeah,
And
did
scroll
that.
down. It says
And it should
says
give
new
you a
loot at the
thing that
bottom.
says new loot, and then you can just type
Yep.
something in.
Then I go to type. Why the fuck does that work now?
Well, click.
Literally did that. I was like, click edit, and then nothing happened. And now it's popped up.
Okay. Oh, that's
What?
maybe because I clicked it and added it for you.
Yeah, like I clicked it, added new loot, then I go to edit it, and it's like, nope.
What the fuck just happened there? Sorry, something weird just happened on my machine.
I think it's just Skype fucking freaking out.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So
God,
let me
it's
just
just
delete the new.
me.
Yeah, let me just delete the new loot that I created. So if you go in and hit add,
Yeah, new loot, and then edit. Oh, no, it works. It just didn't work when it before.
It's
I can add new loot and then give me nothing.
it's the turnkey all again, isn't it?
yeah, it's like logging into Valheim.
How much
Right.
300 diamond weighs? 300 gold. Say one.
It doesn't weigh that much. It's like
Right.
grams. And
One
to be
whole
fair,
bit.
we don't really worry about encumbrance, so
That's for the best. I'm well over.
yeah, I'm gonna start paying attention to some parts of encumbrance. Like, I'm not really fussed about the cost, the weight of diamonds, but you're carrying a lot of gold.
Yeah. Is there a bank in Waterdeep?
Um,
Can you invent one like I did?
there are banks in Waterdeep. Yes, there are definitely banks. But what I was also going to do is there's a certain magical item that I've shared with another group that I run, and it's quite useful.
You want to give us a bag of holding like you want in another game?
Bag of coin holding.
Yeah, the magical
Purse.
coin purse. Yeah,
Right.
the coin purse of holding.
Is it like a debit card, just magical?
No, it's a coin purse, but it can only hold coins and gems. That's all it can hold. It's just like a little bag of holding about, the size of a cup, but it can only hold that type of thing.
I can put my diamonds in there.
Yep. Anywho, so what are you up to then?
Well,
You need to go pick up your fancy armor thing.
That's at the stables. I've already sorted that out.
All right, sorry.
Speaking of encumbrance, I'll probably just see if I can leave some stuff here at the manor house we sort of don't quite own.
One thing I want to just quickly get right through is pick up the loot, pick up the money from the mine that we've already added to our thing, and then
Yeah.
sell the 1,200 gold worth of assorted gems.
Okay, the 1,200 gold worth of assorted gems you'll have to sell in Waterdeep.
Yeah, as we say,
Okay.
we're not going to
I'm
sell
gonna-
it.
I'm gonna do a little skip to the point here instead of doing a little let's go to that shop and him going no you were not.
Yeah.
So yeah, gems you'll sell in Waterdeep. You've picked up the gold from the from Barthen's provisions for your shade of the mine. Let me know. Right, so let's go through. If you're leaving stuff in the if you're leaving stuff at the manor house that you're not going to carry with you, can you mark on your sheet in some way that you have done so?
Just going to remove the weight. And then maybe add a note or something. I don't know how to edit.
Well, no, I'd kind of like to see something to sort of flag it as like a note or something that you're no longer carrying it, because if you just take the weight off, you're going to look at your character sheet and go, oh yeah, I've got this.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you add
Excuse me, you're actually not carrying
your
that much.
split of the 4.5.
It's the money that's the big thing.
I mean, I'm carrying chainmail. It's £55.
If you guys like that 4,500, I've taken my share and added it, and it put my weight up a fuckload.
Yeah.
I haven't taken anything except the pay. I've lost track of what we've got for jewels.
Yeah, I think the coinage is adding something, and let me just see if there's a
I think my coinage is nearly like £70.
6 platinum. 1,000 gold is going to weigh something quite a lot, so
Yeah.
It's like £30.
I'm just trying to find it on the character sheet as to where I can change that.
There's a thing like click convert currency. I don't know what that does. Is that
I think
just
that converts it to like the
bump up to platinum, the higher
Yeah.
tier? Okay.
yeah, that sort of thing. So
Might be
there
a case
wasn't
of editing in D&D Beyond and like to remove the weight encumbrance and then just
Yeah, I think even this will then actually add it.
yeah.
So what I was gonna do is I'll go into here. Just gonna do a quick check. Don't, as I say,
Okay.
don't worry about the encumbrance at the moment. I will sort
Yeah.
that out within the settings and things. There's some bits I want to track it for, and other bits I don't. So I'm not penalising you for being over encumbered at the moment, but we'll work that out. But yeah, just note down what stuff you're not carrying. It's specifically to know what stuff you're carrying and what stuff you're leaving behind. Torlin, I think you have some items.
I think I've got a set of chainmail and a crossbow
Yeah.
and bolts I don't need.
You have an item in your background, an ancient text that blah, 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 blah. So in your bonds, you have a bit of text in there. Let me know
Ancient
if
text.
you're... Yeah, so
I mean, I'm not
how
putting
that
that down.
relates to... Sorry?
Not putting that down.
How that relates to items in your inventory, make note, and could you add that to your inventory as well, just to note that it's there. Is anyone else leaving stuff behind?
I've got nothing to leave. I can leave like shit like a crowbar and a hammer and manacles behind. I don't really need them, but
Oh, but you never know. You might go dungeon delving, and therefore you'll need pitons, a crowbar, and a hammer, that sort of thing. How else do you want them?
We've also got the thing is, do we want to take this teleport scroll back to Waterdeep, or do we want to hoof it? Like how much of the stuff we have to
It's a
abandon?
10-day ride back to Waterdeep, remember?
I think they're expecting us to use the teleport.
Yeah, well, it's. I don't
thanks for
particularly
the scroll. We'll see you there in 10 days.
I don't particularly want to turn up to that meeting with 3 dragon eggs.
Oh, we were going to take them. Yeah.
So we need to decide what we're going to do with them. If we do take them, but just kind of keep them in backpacks, Which you mean just
Ooh,
abandoning the boxes we got?
That's what I was going to do as well. Something we talked about last time. But we never
You're
got
looking at a
around to it.
saddlebag. Just two big eggs
And,
either side of the elk.
an elk.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big problem with teleport the elk inside a building.
Didn't that happen last time?
No, it wasn't there before.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no elk before, so
Burn that bridge when you get to it.
Fine. We'll make our way out.
I guess we're going to have to leave the horse and the cart here as well. Pick up at a later date.
Yeah, essentially, the townspeople can use it if they like, I guess.
We can donate it to the town.
And edit items. This is
Caldron's like well over his
Yeah.
weight allowance.
And it's all the money.
Yeah, mine of my weight encumbrance, 49 pounds of it is gold.
Well, I added like the 1,125 gold from that 4,500 we still have to split, and that put up £30 of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if everyone's added all their gold and stuff,
The only thing I haven't split up so far is the gems. But
because you can't.
we can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So, what are you gonna do? I mean, you've basically got overnight. The Raven will arrive in the morning with the teleport spell scroll.
I will go make sure that my newly acquired barding of whatever variety, I can't remember which one we worked out from a roper.
It was the roper scale barding.
Yeah, that fits the elk as the specification should have been.
Yes, it fits, and it's we'll make it its +2 armor class. Because I haven't got anything written down, so we'll just make it its armor class 15, and I'll update Maverick's armor class.
Yeah, so it'll be height. So we just like hide armor, is it?
Yeah, it's nothing particularly special.
does look fancy though.
Yeah, I wasn't imagining it would be. I wasn't fucking expecting like plate mail, you know.
Get your metal encased horns in the side.
Yeah, you play me elk. Its movement is now -30.
Yeah, you're carrying
It doesn't affect it because it's strong enough to carry it. It's strength 16. It can carry it. It's a big boy.
So, is anyone else?
And once I've done that, I will start doing my little doodles of what my special persons I need to potentially be found look like from my memory.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Don't think there's anything else to do. Just wondering what the fuck that thing was. It like quietened everything. It was the fucking spell they sent out to us to see if Grow was coming or something much worse.
Yeah, I'm well confused by that one.
Right,
like, was it like just a side effect of the spell is creepiness?
Oh, bad shit happens all the time. I wouldn't worry about it, guys. As I'm doodling away.
It's a typical Tuesday here in Fanny Delver.
Oh.
We just fell at the fucking sky 2 weeks ago, you know?
No, I mean, I think the sort of like the mumblings and murmurs around the village are that was fucking weird, and no one's ever had that happen before. At no point in time has there ever been such a mass sort of quietness. It was literally, especially when there's been no change in weather, it was like that. You know, you get that drop in air pressure before a storm?
Yeah.
It was like that, but instead of staying dropped, it returned to normal after like a second or two.
Okay.
And so everyone in the village is disquieted by it. It's like, this is very, very unusual. Like, there was complete and utter silence. The birds stopped singing. There was no sound of animals or anything. It was fucking eerie.
So somebody was halfway through burping the alphabet and got to F and it was just silence.
Yeah.
Guess we just take a nap, wait for the bird.
Yep. Okay. So
Bird.
Nice.
morning arrives and the
Let's
sort of-
Fastmas do anything.
Yeah,
He's
and
muted.
he is muted, but he's munching away.
Fair
It's for the
enough.
best.
Doesn't want to do anything.
I'm just gonna assume that's true.
Doesn't really care. Yep.
Yeah, moving on.
Gonna miss out on the ability to do anything before the bird arrives if he doesn't answer soon.
Oh,
The only thing I'd want to do before we leave would be go to Sildar and say, if that kind of weird silence event happens again, or you hear anything about where it came from, try to get word to us.
Send a bird.
Certainly. That won't be a problem. So, yeah, and I'll assume that happens in the night because the raven taps on the window of your room. Caw, caw, and delivers the
Try and put
Um,
snooze on that. Snooze.
caw.
Fuck off!
Delivers the teleportation scroll.
And then fucks off.
Suppose it delivers to the mage, or the sorcerer.
I can't remember how many rooms if you had a room each or not. So
It's our place, isn't it? So
Yeah, man.
no, it was being used more as like a sort of like a country club type thing. So like you've got rooms there, but it's used. There's like a lot of people have rooms there. So
It's like it's our country club.
I don't need a room anyway. I don't really give a fuck.
I don't feel that privileged anymore.
But I think it's our country club.
yeah, sort of.
Our name's over the door. The Murdur Cru Club.
So
The Murder Club.
are you using the teleportation scroll or?
Before I leave, well, I'll go get the elk, of course. But on the way, I'll go see Sildar. Show him my crude drawings because I'm not very good. And ask him to have a look for if you can use the Lord's Alliance's connections to find these two men and hold up the two things.
Picture a crayon drawing here.
Okay. He
Say-
takes them. Can I
and
keep
I'll-
these?
Yeah, and you can also have. I'll give you 200 gold for any bribes or anything you need to do to find out information about these two men.
Certainly, but if they're criminals, there's no need for.
You
You never know.
never know what palms you need to cross with silver, So
Okay, well. I'll make
anything,
sure that
anything,
someone.
anything you got spare, put it in with the donation pile.
Cool. Okay, not a problem. I'll just see if we can find someone that can look into this, and I'll get these drawings circulated with people that come across our way. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for them and get back to you if we find anything.
Thank you.
Sildar starts furiously calculating an hourly fee that keeps all the money for him.
200 gold. It's like it's about 200 days work.
Yeah.
It's a decent amount of money, but it's not
Yeah.
a lot of money. I've got a lot more money that if he fucks me over, I can find him.
Assassins aren't cheap, but I can afford
in the
them.
end.
Yep. So teleportation.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He steps through the Stargate.
Mr. Wizard, get us the hell out of here.
Say the magic words.
You recite the words from the scroll, and the little circular pattern appears on the floor on the ground before you. Outside, obviously, because you've got an elk with you.
Calm.
The last thing locks into place. The ping, and you've got a few seconds to rush through, and you all rush through, and you appear in the the same room you appeared in the last time you used the scroll in the hold and Harper's hold.
And now there's an elk.
And now there's an elk in there, and it's a bit tight. Not gonna lie.
That's what she said.
As that happens, the door opens and Leosin walks in. It's like, gentlemen, welcome back to Waterdeep. Is that an elk?
That's what I was telling you about. Look at him, he's beautiful.
Okay, well, let's so he leads you quickly out of the room, and then sort of like, just take the elk and that door over there. That will, put him through there. He'll be fine there until you leave.
Look after him.
It's a room. He'll be fine. He's not in any danger. We're quite far underground. He'll be fine.
Walks in. The meat for today's dinner's here. Stab.
Gonna have to find a better. Are you gonna do that a lot with the elk?
Yeah,
Probably.
Stable.
he's my boy.
He's
My boy.
We're gonna have to
He's
find
going
a better,
everywhere
okay.
with me now. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna need to find a better way of dealing with teleportation of animals. That's just
Maybe just reset the spawn point, you know.
right. Yeah. Anyway, I hope your time away was restful or fruitful, and apologies for calling your return so quickly. However, we live in interesting times with yesterday's event, and has the news of the assassination reached you in Fandulin?
Gonna say no.
Pardon who?
Wasn't us.
We have an alibi.
Okay.
Witnesses.
We were miles away.
And you experienced the event as well, yes?
Was the event sudden silence of everything?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Huge drop in pressure.
Yes, that was felt across the entire Sword Coast.
That's not good.
There has been reports of it from Icewind Dale to Baldur's Gate and as far west as we've heard from.
Jane Parker is in the coast.
Hence the rush.
Ah.
But Lord Ulbrinter was murdered by the cult 5 days ago. So the council meeting was hastened at that point at Lady Haventree's insistence. But with yesterday's events, hence the teleportation, we've called you back as the council is preparing to meet tomorrow. The last of the delegates should arrive this afternoon, and the first council session will be tomorrow morning. The council has requested your attendance at the session, and I don't believe this is an optional request. The word has come from Lord Neverember himself, so yeah, I think we should probably attend this this council meeting.
I mean,
Can I bring my elk?
Probably not. Provision has been made for you to stay in rooms within the Lord's Palace itself, where the council meeting will take place in the morning, and the rest of the delegations will be staying there. I'll be staying with you in the palace as well, but if you have anything to take care of in the city itself, please attend to it this afternoon, and I can meet you at the Tavern of the Flag and Dragon at sunset, and from there we can head to the Lord's Palace. And he looks you up and down. Consider where you'll be staying for the next few days. Some more suitable attire might be worthwhile.
I've got my new clobber to pick up.
do you know anywhere I can buy some leather chokers?
Just to really set off the look.
Yeah.
He kind of
It
looks
says no,
slightly
but slips on the
disturbed.
card.
Yeah.
It still resembles chainmail.
Don't we have some clothes to pick up anyway?
Yeah, you've
Oh,
got
yeah, we've
dragon
done-
cultist
dragon
costumes
cultist.
Yeah, it's not
to
really the
pick
best
up,
choice in
yeah.
this situation.
We kick in the door and go,
I have
"Oh,
clothes to pick up."
shoes. Oh no!
Crossbow bolts hit his rifle.
I have new clothes to pick up. You guys have costumes to pick up.
the completely wrong
Don't-
costumes for this
Don't
situation.
really need, but I'm not going to dress in anything fancy for a fucking palace.
You know what my clothes look like.
Salty much?
I'm going to
I
just
don't want more shit to carry around.
put my new clothes. About me.
I'll polish my
I'm
armor.
going to Emperor's new clothes this shit and just be like, I think I'm wearing an outfit. You should think you're wearing an outfit. But we all know I'm just naked.
Then I'm going to Emperor's New Groove this and become a llama. Works for every situation, I think.
Okay. Right.
As we all get sued by Disney.
Yep. Thanks for that.
I will also, in the meantime as well, I'll also go visit Moritz Jan van Welsum as well.
That's who that is.
Okay. So,
I point to the furious dwarf and say, you should come.
sorry, you just broke up entirely
Yeah,
there.
you should
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
For the dirty one.
I say, you should come with me because you're looking for new shit or shiny shit.
And you're the angry dwarf, so go. Shoot.
So, I believe that in terms of the shopping trip, find the right bit, NPCs in Waterdeep, that Axis, you were purchasing a wolf pelt cloak, 2 Yeti leg sleeping bags, and a set of Yeti warm leather armor made of Yeti skin from Kurt Asmussen.
That's the one.
Next, we're off to the desert.
Caldron was purchasing 4 dragon masks and tabards from Sebastiano Corsetti. And Axis was wanting to visit Moritz Jan van Velsum to seek out enchantments, and I believe that Rurik was also wanting to seek out some goods as well.
But you just asked the wrong questions.
Gotta finesse the DM into this shit.
Well, you wanted ready-made magical weapons. There's a difference. Taking into account the route to the Tavern of the Flag and Dragon, it would probably be a case of Asmussen, Corsetti. Asmussen, Corsetti, and then Van Velsum.
Okay.
So, Leosin allows you, or so it's like, if there's nothing else, then if you could, excuse me, you can retrieve your elk and take the usual exit to the street level, and I'll get about my business, and I will see you at the tavern at sunset.
Dragon, flagon, yeah.
And then he wanders off, allowing you to carry on your way. So, are you just all going to go as a group in the one direction, or are you going to split the party and make my life hell?
I feel like first we need to have a slapstick comedy routine of trying to get the elk's head through a door with the big antlers.
Yeah.
Imagine it. And then we're out, okay.
Pivot!
Yeah, there is a little bit of like coaxing and pushing.
To me, to you.
What is it? Good berries that you can make or something?
It's a trail of good buddies down the stairs.
Just imagining it like an F-14 going into the aircraft hangar on an aircraft carrier. It's like just the antlers just fold in. And then anyway.
What's
Comedy.
this weight like?
Anyway, head off and get our shinies.
Yeah.
Okay, so excuse me. You make your way to Kurt Asmussen, leatherworker extraordinaire. Who
Shoots
is
in the back.
once again happy enough to see Axis, because Axis pays well. Brings him some not just pays well, but brings some exotic leathers to work with that he can then sell for fortune. So he happily furnishes you with the 1 wolf pelt cloak, the 2 yeti leg sleeping bags, and the set of leather armor, which will keep you lovely and warm.
Nice.
So he's like, now, is there anything else I can do for you? Any other sets of armor or anything you need made? Any exotic leathers to sell?
Not yet. Maybe in the future, but at this point in time,
list.
I just got the elk fitted up with his new armor, looking swanky. Thank you very much for that.
I see.
But,
Oh, that does look nice. Sorry if I do say so myself. That does look good.
Considering it's sore, it's very nice work, my friend.
Considering it's sores.
A roper is not a very pretty thing, but you've done very, very nice work.
Thank you. Do recommend me to anyone you come in
Oh, of
contact
course.
with. I mean, it's
We just need to
word
look
of
at
mouth
it.
is word of mouth is everything to a leather worker. So
It's like a patch
walking
on the back of the
up.
armor. It's just a big
I'm a
leather worker stamp. Your Facebook page and Etsy page.
I'm a walking advertisement board for you now.
yep. Cool. And if there's nothing else, I'll get back to it and leave you be then. So.
Thank you very much, good sir.
So you can then continue your way across the city of Waterdeep to Sebastiano Corsetti, the tailors, who was making your dragon masks and tabards.
And 1 rope gear to look like a leader.
Yep. So you've got a couple of those. So you've got three of the tabards of the normal cultists and 1 of the higher up ranked cultists, and the masks to go along with it. Make a perception test.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck off!
Just probably Keith actually would be better to do it, because it's like, yeah, from your memory you'd think that would pass, and just sort of like he's pretty confident. It's how you described it to him, and you're fairly confident that would pass the test of 1 of the other cultists looking at it and going, yeah, it looks that's okay.
One of us. Gobble gobble, gobble gobble.
Exactly. And is there anything else I can get you while you're here? Any?
Yeah, if you've got some sort of trousers and a jacket that would look quite nice for a higher establishment, like visiting maybe some nobles and stuff, kind of something that fit in kind of that look.
For my portly friends here and myself.
I'm just shopping for me. Screw you guys.
Thank you.
Can I get this pink one? With the frilly bits.
It look lovely, covered in blood.
Yeah,
there's you just need to go
some-
past the butcher for him and get some couple of quarts of blood.
Yeah, you can
Fresh
pick up
buckets.
some.
Occasionally.
You can pick up some fine clothes for. It says 15 gold, but I'm gonna say 10 gold. You can pick up some fine clothes. Weight of them is £6, and it's just a relatively fancy set of clothing that will allow you to sort of mix with the nobles and so on of Waterdeep.
So does mine still cost the same amount of money, even though it's about 2/3 of the fabric?
Yeah, but you're also
Uh,
fat.
yeah. You're wider. It's not. It might be shorter, but it's wider. It's like kids. It's like kids' clothes as well. Kids' clothes aren't any cheaper than adults' clothes. like, you know, and triple XL uses twice as much fabric as a small, or 3 times as much fabric as a small. The small still it's all about the supply and demand.
I don't know. I got my daughter a dress the other day for $2.69. It still cost me 20 quid for my dress.
Do you know what it is? There's no VAT on your daughter's dress though, because she's only 2, 3. You don't have to pay VAT until much later, so it's the tax that's done it there. That's what it is.
Fucking hell, me. Vicious.
Fucking taxes.
Bastards. So, right.
Fucking public services costing us taxes. But yeah, so you'd be, or you could get, no, that's not appropriate clothing.
Don't even want to know.
It's like entertainer's clothes, so it's like you don't want to be turning up looking like a court jester, to be honest.
You don't look at the help,
I mean, maybe we do.
I'm turning up in something exotic.
Gonna shine my armor.
Are you gonna? I mean, to be fair, you're a cleric. You're expected to kind of just turn up in shiny armor. But the rest of them have basically got blood-stained armor, and that's about it.
I've got vestments. I'll just put my vestments on.
Well, they would go over your armor.
Yeah, just on top of the armor.
Yeah.
Just go in your vestments, nothing else.
I like it airy and loose around there. Just down there, just nice and airy.
Helps with the circulation.
Yeah. Gets the blood flowing.
Vestments and a sporran.
So that was Mr. Corsetti. And then there's Moritz van Velsum, or Moritz Jan van Velsum's enchanting shop that you would like to visit. So here is something unusual.
It's closed.
No, it's open. So you.
That's a bank holiday.
Yeah, no. So you wander into the establishment, and there's a. I hadn't even thought about what his establishment looks like, so let's just make this up on the fly. So you. And I had come up with a name. Hold on, did I put it in?
I think the fine clothing doesn't have an armor class on it.
No, it's just basically 10. So base armor class.
10, did you say?
Yeah.
I think base armor class is 10. Yeah.
Yeah, I made the tabard. That was 10.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So
An extra 10? Plate armor.
In fact,
So can you add plates to that special clothes?
what the fuck?
What, you got kicked out, Paul?
Oh no.
No, I was expanding a window and it just fucking changed me onto a different page. It was quite irritating.
We're in charge now. Riot. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I'm back. It's fine.
Damn it.
Realised that that isn't actually displaying, so what I'll do is oh shit, where did it go? Of course that expanded, and
We just call it Fantasy Sainsbury's.
so yeah, so you come to the door of Van Velsum's shop, and I'll come up with a fancy name for it later, because I'm sure I had and now I just can't find it.
Velsum's Cave of Wonders.
Yeah,
never
no,
do
I'll
that
come up with
again,
something better
Andrew.
than that.
Never, ever, ever do that again.
What?
I hate you so much.
Wunderbar.
I think it was something like Van Velsum's Wonderful Emporium. I don't know.
Both spelled with
That was
W's.
right. thought it was
Emporium
like-
of Vonda.
Is it like Veltsum enchantment? Question mark. Like want some Veltsum. Yeah.
Yeah. Veltsum enchantments. Veltsum enchantments. That's actually quite a good one. Anyway, so you enter into the through the door of the shop. The windows are kind of blacked out, and there's an enchanter sort of sign above the door. And as you enter the room, a couple of drift globes sort of spring into light,
Draw
Oh,
weapons.
and there's a bench, not a bench, like a jeweler's display case, along and forming a U shape around the door.
Is this a pawn shop?
It's not a pawn shop. and around the bit, and there's a door in the middle at the back, on the back wall, and there's various shelves and stuff and drawers around, and there's a male tiefling, red skinned, standing or sort of sitting, and he stands to greet you. Good afternoon. How may I help you?
I was looking for a welcome. Damn it. Welcome to my lair. Well, what do you want?
Paul's just like, fuck off.
You two the one? Enchantments.
Hello. This young dwarf here was looking for some enchanted items, but seems that no shop sells, and he can't seem to find it off dead bodies from orcs and such. Can you help him?
I mean, yes, we do all sorts of enchantments here. Ranging in prices depending on the requirements, from simple weapon enchantments, or a few, just under 1,000 gold. Anything more specific will depend on the material requirements that you have for that. So if you were wanting something that, I don't know, fired lightning bolts out of your arse, for instance, that would be more expensive.
The William Wallace.
Yes. Exactly. So yes, we have some, and we have some magical items for sale around. In fact, and if you click on the
That's why he's an
NPC
NPC.
Moritz Jan van Velsum,
Mm-hmm.
you shall see his inventory.
Ooh.
Ooh, Hammer of Thunderbolts. I'll take one of them. Only cost 200,000 gold.
Jesus.
So as you can see, we have quite a selection of goods at the moment. There's some of these are actually not correct, because there's actually supposed to be more of those, and I forgot to update the item number. So we've actually got 10 of those.
Hammer of Thunderbolts requires gauntlets of ogre power, which is on our bard, who disappeared a long time ago.
Does he have gauntlets of ogre power?
He has the only useful piece of magic item we found is on the bard.
Shit. Oh, that could have been horrible. I put that in by mistake. Oh, you also need a
We can't
belt of
afford
giant strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we couldn't afford it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't realise you'd given him gauntlets of ogre power. That was almost
the
so
first
tempting.
thing
He's
we
like,
found.
pull all our money. We've got to get this 200 grand so I can.
Just watch it happen.
And you're like, no.
Comes back to try and rob the place.
Where is our bard? Where did we leave him to drool that I can go and take the gauntlets off of him?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't remember. He disappeared somewhere around Fandulin.
Sure, he got to Hoorsville.
I ain't
No,
lost him here.
He didn't
Yeah.
make a session.
No, we used him in the
Yeah,
castle.
he was at Hoorsville.
He was at the castle because we did Thunder thingy,
Yeah.
and then we lost him there somewhere. Assume he died in the crash. We meat puppeted him for that for some reason.
Did we? I don't
Ah,
remember
don't know
meat
why.
pupping it. I don't remember meat puppeting him for that long.
No, he wasn't in there. No.
It wasn't a Sky
Yeah, we walked him
Beach.
into the room and he thunder thingied, and then we joined in with a carpet that ate people. He was there for that, or his character was there for that.
Was he?
I don't know if Dave was only. I think he might have been there for like one day,
I don't think.
and then the last time we're there, he wasn't there, so we just meat puppeted him.
Oh yeah.
We used him as a hand grenade, pretty much.
Don't remember him being in season 2.
I think he might have died in the crash.
While the dwarf's humming and haying about what he's going to do for his upgrades, I will hand over my family bow and ask him if he could put a enchantment of +1 on it.
Can I just, before that happens, can I just ask, is that a single enchantment of +1, or is there multiple options to use that enchantment?
Can we buy more than one? He's asking.
Oh, so it's like if you had it on the +1 already, it goes to +2. Is that sort of?
No, I'm assuming that happens. Like I can get if I've got a +1 weapon and he hits it with another +1, it becomes +2.
No, that is something that is a +1 weapon he has in stock.
Oh, right, okay.
That is not.
Why
the
is it
price
under
of the...
consumables then and not weapons?
I thought it was just his upgrade. Was that?
No,
That's just
You
an
can apply.
I don't know why it's under consumables, because that's where it filtered it when I dragged and dropped it.
I think it's because you've
It's-
not specified a specific weapon. If you
Yeah.
specified a specific weapon, then it would be in weapons.
Yeah, it is. He has a +1 weapon, and I am allowing it to be that it is an enchantment. There are multiples. He can do however many enchantments that you want. So it's not like that's the only one you'll be able to buy. He has multiples of those, but there is a +1 weapon of variety.
Whatever you can imagine.
Yeah, if you want a +1 axe, it's a +1 axe. If you want a +1 sword, it's a +1 sword.
Understood. Does he have an enchantment for +1 weaponry then?
Yeah, I mean he's got a +1 axe for 1,000 gold.
But does he also have an enchantment of he can +1 a weapon?
For 1,000 gold, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
He
it
wants a
was,
+2 weapon, I think.
yeah, so
I don't
let
think
me
I
just,
get a +2.
I'm going to just double check. He has a +1 weapon of any random weapon I want, but also he can enchant a weapon for +1.
No, he can enchant a weapon 2 +1.
Yeah, 2 +1.
So
He
if
can
you
make
give
it a
him a
+1
+1 weapon, it's not going to +2.
He'll hand it back
Why?
and say, fuck off.
Because you're not
Stop.
getting a
Why?
+2 weapon, that's why.
Don't you understand maths? +1 +1 equals +2.
Yes, but that's not how it works. Because
It
that
should
would be
be.
a +2 weapon enchantment.
That would make it +3
No,
because you
It
would by
would-
normal math.
because it would replace the +1 enchantment. It's not like you're not stacking enchantments.
First time we get anywhere close to maybe making me a little bit more useful, and I'm still getting shat on. Right?
I
Can
think
I
I find you're
purchase-
pretty useful.
Can I purchase a +1 weapon
You can indeed for 1,000 gold.
for 1,000
have-
gold? I will take a +1 battle axe.
A +1 battle axe. Okay, you now have a +1 battle axe.
Can I sell you any of my goods, good sir?
Yes, you can.
See, it is a pawn shop, told you.
Could I sell you a revered individual, nothing fancy battle axe and a set of chainmail? Please and thank you.
So they're not magical.
They're not magical.
Could be, if you want to make it that
They
way.
could be if you decide to do something fancy to them.
I think you would probably be better getting selling those to a blacksmith or something,
Well, aren't you just
or
a
an
bit-
armorer.
Sell that to someone who gives a
Mainly,
fuck.
there's no real resale value for me if they're not magical.
What about this fancy jade frog statue of unknown origin
We still
from
have
their
that?
very first mission that we ever
Yeah,
first did?
It's literally a jade. It's just a jade frog. It's just a statue. It's like, have you not sold that yet? Seriously.
Yeah.
It's still there. I clocked it when I was trying to get this fine clothing on. Would you purchase time with me in a dark closet?
What?
Oh,
Well, I mean, you're not really my type.
I could be any type you want me to be.
He's flexible like that.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever.
I mean-
right, okay.
I mean, by type, I mean race.
I'm whatever. Someone can cast a spell. I can look like anything. Fine.
Eldron refuses to cast that spell.
Thank you for your time and your +1 weapon. I bid you adieu.
Oh man.
Right. Add.
Let me just search for that, because I think I might need to add that to your...
I can do it. It's shown up already.
You can just buy.
I want to check this.
Battle axe.
No, pardon me.
For some reason, I was thinking battle axes were two-handed. They're not. They're versatile.
Yeah.
They're like waffles. No. Anyway.
Fucking hell, man.
Yep. The weapon of certain death battle axe. That sounds fun.
If it doesn't kill what you're trying to hit, it will kill you.
Someone's gonna die.
When you damage a creature with an attack using this magic battle axe, the target can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. That's pretty good.
Do not cut yourself shaving with that.
Yeah, don't cut yourself shaving that. And you, sir, so you were wanting the an enchantment of
+1 onto my longbow. I don't want to buy a longbow off you because this has been in my family for millennia, and
oh, certainly.
I will not part with it.
If you,
I was going to say centuries, but I was like, elves live for centuries, so millennia.
Still, it's like that's your dad's. Oh, he made it himself in his childhood.
If you could leave it with me until tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And we can get that taken care of overnight. Unfortunately I've reached my limit for this afternoon in terms of what I can actually cast. So the performing the enchantment will take me some time. Right. But we can have it for you tomorrow morning.
Fine.
So mark off 1,000 gold for that, and is there anything else of interest? We've got potions, scrolls,
would you be interested? Would you be interested in this spider staff?
What is your spider staff again? Because I cannot remember.
It can cast webs and something else. Oh yeah, wall climb.
Spider climb.
The spider staff. Spider. Oh, he sort of looks it over. It's like, quite unusual. I could give you 1,500 gold for it.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think go with that. Yeah.
150 or 150 platinum. It's easier to carry.
Make it 100 platinum and a bag of holding.
Yeah, so I have one over there. So yes, that works.
Sweet. I'll hand over the staff then.
Cool. So remove that from your character sheet.
He reads out the contractual warning of do not put this bag of holding inside another bag of holding, or you will be transported to astral plane.
Yeah, there are issues with bags of holding.
That's why I only sell one.
Don't tear them open. If you do tear them open, the contents will spill everywhere.
It said it goes to the astral plane if you break it. If you like turn it inside out, you get all your shit back.
The markup he puts on goods is ridiculous.
Yeah, $2.5 million.
Hey, enchanting's an expensive business.
You didn't enchant that. Clearly.
That's not the point.
Capitalism. Yeah. Yeah, can I buy that Wand of Secrets then?
Ah, there it is.
the Wand of Secrets. Yes, yeah, you can buy that.
And we're 4.5. Ah. Which purchase items from a token. So you can actually buy stuff for this.
Yeah, you just click the buy item.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get a warning saying you must purchase items from a token.
Okay,
And you
now.
click buy item.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Select me. Then I do that?
Option.
No. Yeah, it doesn't work.
I'm not sure what. Right, I can. It should be able to. Torlin. Maybe I need to do it for you. Wand of Secrets, you said.
Yep, and I'll take a potion of healing superior too.
You must purchase items from its token.
Apparently,
right, okay. So hold on, what I need to do then? Right.
Oh, you need to make him in the
Sorry,
game.
I need to drag him into the game. Now, if you double click on him,
Then there we go.
apparently, his shop's called Van Welsum's Thermatological Emporium
where did you find that?
in his biography.
I knew I put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Apparently, he sells stuff at reasonable prices. Fucking lying bastard.
And he's got a hiccup.
Yes, he's been kept busy recently, but yes. So yeah, so now that you've done that, you should theoretically be able to click on the and you have done so.
Yep.
Cool.
Got my potion and my wand.
And you've got your bag of holding there, Caldron, then.
Yeah, I didn't buy it. I just dragged it in from the inventory.
Yeah, cool. No, that's cool. Okay. So can I interest you in any of my other fine goods? Is there any other particular enchantments you would look to get performed, or?
If you ever come across a +1 shield by any chance, or have some way of making one in the future, keep me in mind.
Making one shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let me do some research and figure out what. Is there anything specific, or is it just the bonus of a +1 armor?
Just a bit of defense. A bit more defense is all I need.
Let me do the research, and if you return with your friend in the morning, I should be able to give you an answer.
Perfect. It gives a chance to sell some gems. Because I don't have enough for a +1 thing. I only got 500 gold.
How do you not have
I only have
enough
550 gold now.
How?
I don't know. I don't know why everyone else is so much richer.
You literally just got 1,250 gold half an hour ago.
From what?
From the loot we buried in the forest.
Right, I lost track. I was trying to figure out when you were talking about money. I was like, where did you all get that extra money? Because like I've got paid from the mine, and we've got a bunch of gems we need to sell.
Yeah,
I didn't miss any mention of actual gold.
There was
Yeah, we had
4.5
4.5
grand worth of gold.
So you got 1,000.
That's why we're quite happily spending $1,000 because we just got $1,000.
Yeah, I was at a loss. Like, I swear these guys sound like they got way more money than I have, and I don't know why.
Well, I definitely have more money than you.
You sold the fucking stuff that
that's
we
for
got
different
yet.
reasons.
Yeah. So
Kept
it's 1,200.
fucking sell.
How much was it? Was it 1,200 and something from?
It was 1,125.
Oh yeah, 4.5. Okay. Let's see. This one. That's fair. So I can afford it, but we still should sell our gems. I don't suppose you know some of this buys and sells gems, do you, Mr. Van Wilson?
I personally do not, but out of character, you guys did find people that were buying and selling gems and stuff last time. You passed loads of jewelers and things when you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're trying to buy diamonds and shit.
Oh, so it was, yeah. And you were like, you don't need to. Why are we here? Well, yeah. You specifically gave us 300 gems. 300 diamonds.
Yeah.
200 gold.
So
right?
yeah, so you know where there are jewelers in Waterdeep that you can go and sell the gems for, and I'm not going to roleplay that part. You can split the money from the gems appropriately because, frankly, I can't be bothered. That's just fencing some goods.
What's the number?
And
300 gold each.
300. Never mind.
It's 1,200 worth of gems.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's 1,500, but 300 was diamonds. But it's
Yeah, and I'm just
1,200
holding
for
on to that
selling.
for us.
Yeah.
Just in case one of you fuckers die.
I'm not gonna lie, but it'd be hilarious if you died first.
Yeah.
I would
I want that
go
shield.
What's gonna happen? Like,
it would
Quite a
also be
bit.
typical.
right, I need to find a blacksmith that's going to take a couple things off me then.
Indeed.
blacksmith
So
code.
you've got a couple of hours left before after you've finished with Moritz, or Moritz Jan, I should say. He bids you farewell. Come back again. I shall see you tomorrow. And as I say, keep me in mind for any of your thaumatological needs.
Keep an eye out for shinies, we can tell you, yeah.
I will. I'll bid the
And-
party adieu. I'm gonna go for a little ride with the elk until it's dinner time.
Trot down the road.
Okay. Cool. So you can go off and do that. Finding a
Like, make sure it's
Finding
okay
it.
with like barding. There's no chafing or nothing. No adjustments
no,
in
it's-
get with the leatherwork or not.
It's all good on that side of things. Finding your blacksmith and armorer is easy enough to do. Let me just find a rule that I was going to look for, which I can't. Oh, there we go. That's it there. So, what is it you're looking to sell?
I would like to sell, good sir or madam.
Jade frog.
Oh, that goes to the jeweler for however much gold I'd said it was worth.
3,000 gold.
It wasn't that
Excellent.
much. It was like 20 or something.
Yeah.
200,000. Oh, we can buy that hammer now.
It was like 20 gold or something.
20 gold.
Lies.
You find
Right.
some ogre gear and we're good.
Split 4 ways.
So do you know what? It's got no weight capacity. I'm holding on to it as a trinket of memory. I, good sir or madam, would like to sell you a set of chainmail and a well tried and tested battle axe of the revered Rurik Frostbeard.
Who?
Is it a full set of chainmail? Yes.
Yeah. Well, just says chain.
It's has a look at it. Are you still wearing it?
No, I haven't worn it for some time, so it has been cleaned and no longer is encrusted with gallons of enemy's blood.
Just this current one I'm wearing.
Just the dragon guard that I've got on is just is just fucked.
Yeah.
Blacksmith sits behind it, sort of mopping the floor as he walks through the shop.
It's seen better days. There's a few arrow holes and things, and chinks in that. So can give you the weight price for it. So 55.
Jesus.
Because it's not gold. Yeah, no, 55 gold.
Ponderosa special.
And the axe?
Is that a battle axe?
Yeah.
It's not enchanted, is it?
No.
It's just an axe.
Yeah.
Battle axe.
Your battle axe.
Been kept sharp. Looks okay. And give you 8 gold for it.
For my trusty battle axe, no problem. 1719. Happy days, and I can.
Definitely fucking mercenaries here. It's like fucking sell my second-hand weapons. Most adventurers, I'm gonna shine a new magic one. fucking bin that one. Does it? No, I'm getting the resale value out of that. Tight fucking dwarf bastards.
I know.
Well, we're all Abertonians, so.
Yep.
You think the dwarf would be more like ancestral as well, like. But no,
Make a new axe every year.
it's,
They don't
it's
give a
the
fuck.
elf that's looking after his familial stuff, you know.
I don't give a fuck.
F
all
and
about
families
the
for
min-
fuck off.
Yeah, Rurik's all about the min-maxing, so it's fine.
The amount of text messages I've gotten saying, get round the back of him. Need advantage. Which I
No
don't see
offense,
until hours
Playing
afterwards.
this game for nearly 2 years and you still can't find a fucking position that gives me advantage.
I don't care.
Ever. You just stand there like a plum.
Stand there and kill shit. It
You're
works.
you're the only other person in the group that can give me advantage because fucking Elf Boy runs off into the distance and shoots arrows at people, and Caldron runs away from everything and chucks spells at them. You're
Yeah.
the only other melee. Get
every time
fucking
he gets-
behind someone.
But every time he gets into combat, they squish him.
Yeah.
Yeah, either of the elves.
You've got a better AC than me. How does that work?
I'm the tank. You're supposed to get right behind them. I'm in front.
Oh, suck a dick.
You should have played a rogue.
Oh dear.
You should have played your mum.
I think
That's
our mum would
harsh.
take offense to that.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit much. Right.
Whatever.
I will come back to the results of the shopping trip and the follow-up to Moritz later, probably after the council meeting,
Yes. depending
depending on how far we get through tonight, because if we end up finishing the session, then I'll have a chance to read those rules. So,
Chances of getting anything.
yeah.
Zero.
So,
Dragon flagon.
yep. So you make your way to the Flag and Dragon, and you manage to get there, before sunset. Enough time to sit down, have a mead or two. Axis rocks up on his elk, parks it outside.
Pays the parking meter.
Yeah. Draws quite a lot of attention.
Is it all bad
Yes.
attention?
Well, it is. I mean, basically, there's a young elf chick just ridden up on a fucking elk and parked outside.
Like the biggest stereotype ever.
Yeah. Sort of hair flashing everywhere.
Hey up, lads!
Yeah.
You like the look of my elk?
Busts through the door like fuck. Wayne.
Yeah. There's a couple of the ne'er-do-wells outside looking the elk up and down, going, "Ooh."
Well, fuck
Anyone
you.
fancy some venison?
Alex are
Yeah.
ready in
Back
its
to
fucking antlers.
Yeah. Back to the venison jokes again. Okay. So you've been in-
Vinny.
You've been inside for about half an hour, and Leosin sort of enters and sort of finds you. It's like, do you want to stay here for more, or should we just go to the palace where, the food's better?
Finishes the ale. Let's go.
Yeah.
To be honest, we should get changed first.
I'm not. I polish my armor.
I got changed already into my my Yeti clothes.
You're in a sleeping bag.
You're quite
No.
warm. It is. As I say, it's like, is it summer?
Okay.
Yeah, it's summer. You're quite warm inside your Yeti clothes in the height of Waterdeep summer.
Fine. Sometimes you've got to struggle for fashion.
One must suffer
Yes.
for high
Um,
fashion.
I mean, you haven't got rooms here, but you can get. I mean, you don't need to change before getting to the palace. You can change once you are there. You have rooms provided and things. It's mainly for the meetings I was alluding to. not
Does
the
my
actual-
fine clothing fit over my armor?
No.
You got like quadruple XL just in case. So you can...
Yep. Anyway, so if you're ready, then we can leave and have a carriage outside waiting for us. So
We're gonna pop
just
for
let me
it
get a
now.
flag and a veil before we go. I need one
For
for
the
the road, literally.
Or is it like a to-go cup with a wee lid on it?
yeah, sippy cup.
I'll remount up and go alongside.
Okay, so Leosin leads you out to the carriage, size enough to carry you all comfortably, except for Axis on his elk. And it takes off through the streets of Waterdeep.
Knocking
Past
peasants
Castle
down and out of the way.
Yep. It thunders past Castle Waterdeep and along the road to the Lord's Palace. The normally white building, a shade of orange in the setting sun. The carriage draws to a halt and you hear a brief exchange of words between the coachman and the guards, and then the carriage moves again, slower now, and then draws to a halt again. The door opens and several courtiers stand in front of the door of the carriage. Axis, you see obviously a row of courtiers down either side, and a large gentleman in full plate mail standing before you. As the door opens, and you are let out of the carriage, the large gentleman in full plate mail introduces himself. Good evening. I'm Sir Galashan, captain of the Palace Guard. I understand you're to be staying with us for the next few evenings. So there are some rules for the palace. You may retain your weapons for now, but be aware that it is palace policy to not permit the carrying of weapons within the walls. Special guests of the lords, such as yourselves, are allowed to store their weapons within their own rooms, and the courtiers will instruct you on how to use the room's security wards. Please do not feel singled out, as this policy applies to all visiting dignitaries, and any practitioners of magic amongst you will find that your powers do not function in several areas of the palace. As you can imagine, with the functions of government based here, only certain individuals are licensed to practice within the palace grounds. The courtiers to your left and right will now see you to your rooms and guide you to the common areas where tonight's refreshments are being served. He doesn't wait for any responses. He just salutes and then does a perfect heel-toe turn and marches off into the palace.
He's said that so many times now. It's like a rote thing. He's like, "Fuck it, done.
Yep.
I'm off." What was his name? Lord Galashan.
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 Sir Galashan. Galeshin.
Cool.
And with that, the courtiers sort of look. There's basically one for each of you. Looks at you and then guides you on your way to the to your rooms. They lead you in up the stairs, and then at the door of your room, they sort of advise you that there is a scroll just to the inside of the shelf, and if you were to read that scroll, it will set a small warding spell around the room that will signal you and only you if anyone enters your room whilst the spell is active. So they're basically saying to activate this, if when you leave the room in the morning and you have anything in there that you want to protect, read the spell.
Okay.
It is set so that the house staff can enter the room to clean and replenish the scroll for the next day. And every access to the room is recorded by the house staff, so if anything does go missing, we know who to execute.
It's a bit much.
Yep. Well, they take things very seriously around here. The dinner will be served in approximately 1 hour in the dining hall. All the dignitaries for the meeting will be there. A table has been set aside for yourselves and Leosin to use. Make yourselves comfortable, and if you follow the stairs down to the central hall, there's a sign there that will point you to the dining room. And then they sort of duck out, leave, don't even put their hand out looking for a tip, They just sort of bow and walk out of the room and leave you to your own quarters.
I forgot to ask what the Wi-Fi password was.
Shocking. The quarters are all well appointed, large beds, probably the most comfortable, opulent beds you have ever seen. There is bathing facilities. There is wash bowl, towels, the dressing gown, house coat, if you will. Windows, books, chair.
We chocolate in the pillow.
Little chocolate on the pillow, yeah. There's a weird chain hanging from the ceiling above the what looks like to be the facilities. You've never seen this
and a
before.
mirror on the ceiling.
No, there's no mirrors on the
Folks with
ceiling.
handcuffs sitting on.
Amateur hour.
So we TV in the corner, remote on the table. We kettle.
Tea and coffee facilities.
Yep, there's little bits of bottles of wine. There are bottles of water. There's no tea and coffee facilities because tea and coffee doesn't really exist.
Really? Tea doesn't exist?
This.
Well, there's teas, but there's no fireplace to heat water.
Magic, man.
Is there ale on tap?
There's a few flagons, but not on tap. No.
Room service?
I mean, you're only there for an hour, and you're away for dinner, so.
I mean, that's a lot of drinking time. By
could have stayed in a pub. Alright, I set down all my weapons in the locker. I'm sure there's a wee safety room for them.
No, basically the warding is the safety.
I mean, I'm just like a wee gun locker and the Americans don't actually use.
No, there's no weapon lockers or anything like that.
Lean them all up against the wall and fucking a couple hammers and a couple hammers.
Sprawled over my bed, dropping their rusty blood stains.
There's no lockers. There's like hangers where you can hang like weapons from, but there's no like hooks sort of thing. There's no lockers.
Is it those hangers without the heads? You know, the
Stupid
different
ones,
little loops on the thing. Just like hotels do.
Like
So you can't
pegs.
steal the. So you can't steal the.
Not that sort of hangers. Like hooks. There's like hooks. Jeez.
Would
Right.
you guys just fuck off and let me move this
Stupid
story on?
fucking questions. I just imagine like hanging mine up like Thor did in the Thor movies, just by the wee leather loop
Don't.
against the wall.
Yeah.
So, are you just heading down for dinner or?
Sure, we're kids. You've run out of meat already.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I had a drink. This cup did not get me to the drink.
Some finger food and buffet going.
Yeah.
I'll finger your food. What?
Please don't. I'm pretty sure you don't wash your hands.
Get a quick 3 S's in the go, and then get changed and head on down.
What's the third S for a woman?
Shower?
Oh no, it would still be shave. You've got to do your legs,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, we
Pits,
got you.
legs.
Silky smooth.
Different type of shave, obviously.
He's working in that little V shape.
Oh dear.
What he actually does is he shaves his initials in.
Oh, no.
Or just do that thing where you put a little arrow. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh well, if we don't get sued by Disney, we'll at least get sued by Pornhub.
That's all, yes.
Right. Yeah, anywho.
It's so sexual.
So you make your way down the stairs to the dining hall, and sure enough, Leosin's already sitting there waiting at a table. He sort of beckons you over, and as you enter the hall, you see there's quite a lot of people. There's a table set at the head. It's almost like it's the head of the room. Sitting there are 8, 9. There's 10 people sitting at the table at the head of the room. Excuse me. And there's about 12 or 13 tables scattered across the hall, sort of laid out in a sort of sort of fairly regular pattern. As you sit down, and there's groups of people at each table, but it's clear that the top table is where all the big wigs are standing or sitting. Leosin motions you over, and you go and sit with him, and he sort of like, "Good evening. This is there's a lot of people here," and he starts pointing out the various people. So he sort of, the head table over there, we've got a Lady Haventree. She's the head of the Harpers here in Waterdeep, my boss, if you will.
Me and Rurik already taping back pints of ale, just not listening.
Can I just say, like, Rurik will be fucking making a beeline to the hedgehog, with at least 2 flagons of ale, because nothing washes down a fucking top-notch flagon of ale than cheese, pickled onion, and sausage. Yeah, like your little Frankfurter sausages.
Okay.
This better be a party with a hedgehog, Paul, or I'm gonna have problems.
The hedgehog.
Sorry, hang on, Dawson. You don't know what a hedgehog is?
I know what the actual animal is.
You
I'm not that much of a fucking idiot. I'm guessing it's something like with a cocktail stick sticking out of it.
Cocktail
Yes,
sticks with
that's the
sausages,
hedgehog.
pineapple, and pickled onions
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
to them. Yeah, it's like,
And the hedgehog is invariably either like a big potato or like one of those big round fruits, like a melon or something cut in half with foil wrapped around it. It better be one of these kind of parties, Paul, I'm just saying.
right.
Is there a hedgehog?
Yeah, there's a hedgehog. There's some 70
Damn,
fucking party
son!
food on the go. Jesus.
It's like in the kiddies section.
God. Yeah.
So, like, it's the fish egg thing again. Caviar and what? And fucking little rolls of meat and in the shape of rose next to it's a fucking hedgehog.
Yeah, they were expecting dwarves, so they put out the shittest food they could find.
Wow.
Pork rinds.
I know I'm winding you up.
Fair.
I was like, there's one guy at the head table. There's like one dwarf at the head table looking at this going, for fuck's sake, who invited the lower class dwarves?
Hello.
Just pointed at Leosin.
So Leosin carries around, and as you look around the top table, there's actually a face you recognise. Onthar Froome, who you met in not Hoorsville, Yartar.
Yeah.
Yes, in Yartar, the boisterous paladin that sent you on the canal trip.
It's Fight Club we did do, I think.
Yes, so he's standing up there or sitting up there making conversation with as Leosin sort of alludes to. It's like and next to Onthar is Dalan Winterhound. He's the half-elf ranger who's representing the Emerald Enclave at the council meeting. Onthar obviously representing the Order of the Gauntlet, and then we come to the various members of the Lord's Alliance itself. Now you're familiar with the concept of the Lord's Alliance being essentially part of the law-keeping society, essentially forming the laws and enforcing the laws of the Sword Coast. what you're probably not so aware of is the fact that the Lord's Alliance is literally made up of the seats of power of each of the individual areas of the Sword Coast. So Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, and they form a council, and the likes of Sildar are lower down the Lord's Alliance in terms of they're just basically enforcing the will of the Lord's Alliance on the lower areas, collecting taxes, enforcing the laws, that sort of thing. So, at the head of the table there is Lord Neverember, Lord of Neverwinter, and currently the Lord of Waterdeep. Whilst the fallout of one of the Lord's deaths is resolved. He's an unusual person. He is willing to do anything that's necessary to protect the realm, but he's within reason. He's not going to do anything illegal, but he might redefine the law to make sure it's not illegal.
Ah, I understand this kind of politician.
Sitting next to Lord Neverember is a female red tiefling. Not quite sure who she is, but she goes pretty much everywhere Neverember goes. I believe she's one of his trusted confidants, counsel, advisors.
Gives us a wink when he says that one.
Not quite sure. Next to Nightshade, to the tiefling is a dwarf. I was gonna say short, but no, he's a dwarf. Dwarf, red-haired, looking quite rugged. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. Ow. Oh, Jesus, ow. Sorry, it's very difficult to read when you've got something in your eye.
Winking at.
Yeah.
Makes it very suggestive, whatever you're saying.
I know. It's like, oh, that dwarf. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's ragged.
Oh, he's So, that's Conrad Brawnanvil. He's the head of the Dwarven nations from the north. And I've now forgotten. From Miramar. Sorry. Miramar? It's because frickin' Maverick's sitting there. From Miramar. Yeah, from Miramar.
I make sure I sort of duck down behind anyone who's taller than me, just out of his view.
In fact,
You can't be that special.
Rurik and Corlin, you might be aware of Conrad. You're not, but
Should we check? I assume if
you're
you're
not aware of him. Well, you're aware of him, but you've never met him. You know that he's Rurik. He's from one of the dwarven clans, a little bit further north than where you're from.
Yeah.
But he's basically the head of all of the clans.
He's like the All-Father.
Yeah, it's more like it's more of like a, not like that sort of thing. He's just more, he represents the dwarves and their, and all of the.
He's like the like a Roman consul type thing. He's voted in.
Yeah,
by
it's
his
more like he's
peers.
the ambassador.
He's the low
for-
king of the dwarves.
Yeah, he doesn't have any power over all of the clans, but he's the one that all of the clans have voted to say, go and represent us, and they'll send
Do the shit job.
Yeah, and they'll send like individuals from each of the clans will go with him and form his entourage. So rumors are he's not willing to really commit troops to any endeavors that we undertake from the council meeting, so we will have difficulty persuading him what you need to do. So there's going to be quite a lot of issues here. To his right is Oldar Ravengard, a human male, quite tall. He seems
Blackbeard?
to be. Nope. And I can't. He's the Lord of Baldur's Gate.
Ooh.
Fancy.
He's probably the most experienced combat veteran and tactician on the council. Next to him is a male elf druid. Axis, again, you don't recognize. In fact, Axis and Caldron, you don't recognize him, but you are familiar with the name. It's King Malandrach. He's been leading the elves in the Misty Forest, if I'm getting that correct. Misty Forest? Where's the Misty Forest? Am I making
On the map.
names up again?
The High Forest? Glimmerwood?
Sure, it says the Misty Forest in the book, and have I just made that up?
Far Forest.
Just gonna find him again. Oh, leading. Where's it gone? Gathering allies, leading delegates. Where are these pages? Oh, this is irritating. Campaign allies. Lords Lions, Malandrach. Yeah, the Misty Forest and the High Forest.
That's where they grow the weed.
Yeah. So you're aware of him, even though you're not from that particular region. You're aware that he's the leader of the elves. He is cautious about everything that is going on. The
Standard elf.
Yeah, the feeling is that the elves don't particularly want to get involved.
Again.
As we you two, standard.
Yep. Next to him, there's a human male, definitely a wizard. You can tell by his dress sense, he's definitely
Stars
a
on his
wizard.
hat.
Yeah, he's got a little pointy hat, he's got a pipe, he's got a massive, long, grey beard. I mean, you sense that this guy has lived quite some time. Like, his beard looks like it's, you know, I was going to say it's like, it's long enough to be several hundred years old, but then again, ZZ Top. So that doesn't really work out particularly well, but he's got that look of someone that's lived a lot longer than his appearance betrays.
His name is Rincewind.
No, that is Turn Hornblade. Leosin carries on. Rumour are he's about 200 to 300 years old. No one's really quite sure. He's definitely been partaking in the magical life extension game, shall we say.
He's a lich. Kill him.
And then next to him is Sir Istaval of Cormyr, and that's a paladin, full plate mail paladin.
Even at the dinner table.
Sitting at his table, just bing, glowing like a motherfucker. Like, Onthar Froom's a paladin, but Onthar Froom's a paladin that wears sort of like a breastplate and some clothes. No, this guy's standing there, he's like, his sword is still sort of like, it's not on him because he's not allowed to carry it, but you can see his sheath, like the sword's sheath is still sort of like sat at a jaunty angle, tripping up the wait staff as they're wandering around the table, and they keep stumbling over his
Cock.
Scabbard, not sheath.
Condom.
This guy's
Waffle
Italian
arm.
with a capital P.
So he's representing Cormier's interests. Now, Ramali, Lady Haventree and I have spoken at length, and we both feel that the council must unite. Otherwise, the cult will surely win, and it will take someone to show them the correct path before they fully commit to the cause. What we are attempting to undertake here hasn't been done in centuries. Uniting the Dwarven nations, the Elven nations, Neverwinter, Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, and Cormier, as well as the Druids of the Emerald Enclave and the Order of the Gauntlet, as well as ourselves. It's a task. Now, whilst the leaders speak for the factions that they represent, they will be taking counsel from their entourages, and he sort of points out each of the tables and sort of like, so that one's her entourage, and it's kind of fairly easy to make out because, you know, they're all dressed in the style of clothing from each of their respective nations. They'll be taking counsel from their entourages, so be cautious of what you say. Each faction will weigh your words tomorrow carefully, and some may be less open to the grey areas that people like ourselves operate in.
Maybe we should hose down.
Yeah.
It's
Just keep the dwarf on a leash, is that what he's about to say?
well, the last time you went into some sort of high-powered council meeting, you fucking beheaded the host.
Yeah, it was a good idea at the time.
It worked. It was tactical. It was well planned.
So,
Cold-blooded murder.
as I say,
Murder.
you may want to not necessarily go into the details about how you just murdered people openly.
So don't tell him our team name, right?
But
We are. And someone slaps a hand over my mouth. Adventurers.
whisper his ears when they do it.
Lord's Lions, motherfuckers. Like, yeah, we know. Who are you again?
So, this is the scale of what awaits us in the morning. My understanding is you'll be called to the council, and they will ask questions of what happened leading up to this moment. Yes, that's hence the rundown. But
I've got all their names.
for now, well, that's what you take notes for. If there's any questions you have of me and what the meeting might, how the meeting might partake. I mean, I won't be in the council meeting itself. I'm not allowed to enter for some reason, even though I have already given evidence. And
Does he feel a bit annoyed by that, like kind of affronted? Should I make a perception check?
make an insight check.
Insight. 20.
Yeah, you get the feeling he's a little bit concerned given the amount of work he's done in infiltrating the cult in the first place and bringing it to your attention.
He literally got crucified for this.
Yeah. His experiences around that and aiding and abetting you guys in doing that, he's feeling a little hurt.
I like your choice of words there.
Aiding and abetting, yeah.
Seems about right.
I'm guessing even though all the hard work he's done, he's still not in the favour of his boss.
No, he is, and I think that's the problem, is that you can't really tell, but there's more to it.
Okay.
Purely Leosin.
So with that, the groups seem to mingle pretty much amongst themselves. They're not really socializing with each other's. Like, the entourages are keeping themselves to themselves, probably going through much the same experience you guys have just had with Leosin, getting briefed on, except they're getting briefed on you guys.
Yeah.
But like,
Not
Yeah.
those
much,
guys are.
yeah, they're getting briefed and trying to figure out the wherewithal with everything. And there's a few tables that don't appear to be of the entourages, whether or not they're just they're not workers or anything. They're just other dignitaries and things that will probably be attending the council meeting. And Leosin's not really sure who they are if you ask, but
I assume they're spies.
there's a few people around. And then after the sort of meal is served, there's the quiet hubbub and mingling and things. And then, yeah, a few people, there's some music starts and there's a little bit of dancing, but the lords themselves at the head table, they disperse and go back to their separate ways. As they walk past, Onthar nods and greets you and shakes all of you by the hand. I was going to say, Dawson's camera just froze in a really inappropriate moment when he was blinking, and it just looked like it was like it was horrible. It was like just froze. Like, no,
And he's
that's
fallen
weird.
asleep.
No, worse than that.
All right.
Yeah. So Onthar sort of greets you. I was like,
Super exciting.
lads, haven't seen you since Yartar. Congratulations and well done, but I'm not allowed to really speak to you much until tomorrow, so good night. And he sort of wanders off. In fact, Lord Neverember also nods as he walks past, and the paladin sort of, he salutes, but it's one of those sort of like, it's a quick salute as opposed to anything else.
More like a hail, like just arm up.
Yeah, not quite but like
No, but like they used to,
Yeah.
You're attributing it to one type, but there was, but you see it as
I know.
like
Yeah.
Roman times and stuff where they go Ave or whatever. It's just like
Yeah.
Heil
hail.
Hitler.
It's not so much up. They're not cracking off military style fucking salutes.
No, it's not it's more of a, yeah, but
He doesn't care about us. We're not paladins.
yeah, it's one of those ones where it's not quite, yeah, it's not a salute as if he was giving a salute of
Respect?
greeting. It's not one of it's not one of greeting, it's more one of respect.
Okay.
So
Ricketts
it's
puts over
closer,
here.
it's closer to a military salute, but it's not a full fucking hold it
G.I.
there. It's
Joe.
more of a,
See, there's so much description. I'm trying to figure out what this means. I feel like it's just Paul's confused and trying to describe something. I'm going conspiracy theories here. You get some red string.
What's happening?
so yeah, so as the evening progresses, you can carry on eating and drinking, and I don't know if you want to try and socialize with. Well, I mean, as I say, the main parts of the party have sort of headed off.
To the after party?
And no, they're headed off to their main rooms. But there's one of the non-entourage groups comes over, sort of introduce yourself. Specifically to Caldron. Good evening. I believe you were part of the party that was at Skyreach Castle and brought all of this terrible business news to us. I am Lady Dalla Silmerhelve, And she holds out her hand and presumably like for you to shake it or kiss it or whatever. It's up to you.
Shake. Okay, but kind of like who the fuck are you kind of thing.
Yeah, she I sort of have a feeling that you're special in some way.
Special looking.
Is she hitting on him?
I assume you're aware of the event that took place.
Where it happened, as to the cause of it, not so much.
This disturbance, it's been sensed everywhere in the along the coast, I believe. I think it was the Drakhorn. I thought you would have been aware of that with your gifts.
He's like, is it because I'm black?
But the Drakhorn was an ancient device whose sounding alerts dragons across all of Faerun that great events are unfolding. It's impossible to say what they'll mean, but the dragons will have heard that call very clearly, and they will answer it.
New phone, who did?
That's
Sorry,
not going to be fun.
I had a sense that you would have been aware with your, as I say, gifts, but if you're not, then forgive my intrusion.
No, that's
Sitting
all
there
right.
going like, gifts? What gifts has he got? What's his birthday? I'm so confused.
I don't think Caldron would have been aware of the Drakhorn. Unless it was
Because
common
if you were,
knowledge.
I'd have told you and you would have said, oh, that was
Yeah.
the Drakhorn that went off.
Roleplay then, you don't know it.
Well, even like kind of knowing anything about it. I'm going to go with no. There's not too many people who are going to know whatever the hell that is.
Barry's going to pretend now. It's like, yes, of course I know about the Drakhorn.
No.
Caldron doesn't care enough.
Any idea
Come on.
where the Drakhorn is? Or is that unknown?
I don't think it's something I can say here, but if pushed, I have an idea of who might know how to find it, but
Nudge.
You'll
think I
need to
would
come to my
leave
room
that
later
until
to find out.
I'm in room
I think I would leave
304.
that until the council meeting tomorrow.
Seems fair, doesn't it?
That's fair.
Yeah, I think the council meeting tomorrow is going to be an interesting one.
We're going to wing that. See you there
Sorry.
tomorrow.
No, it's like no more conversation.
Caldron, not a
No
conversation.
interest in your
Nope.
character background at all. Fine, cool.
Fuck you then.
Yeah, put things in. You dangle fish around.
Caldron doesn't really trust this place, like at all. These people, everyone seems to be like, don't want to get involved. So it's like, so basically tomorrow is going to be everyone just bitching about how we're talking bollocks, and the stuff we said we've done didn't happen. It's like, great, it's gonna be shit.
Well,
Caldron doesn't know the word trust.
I don't know about you
Not
lads,
really.
but I'm fucking sweating bullets here.
Is that because you're still wearing the fucking Yeti fur
A little bit
leather?
of that, and a little bit of the company. I don't really belong here, you know. It's
You
not
look
my,
splendid,
not my
though.
thing.
It's wonderfully made armor.
Leison's still
Right.
sitting there. He's like, you'll be fine. Just tell the truth. Tell what happened. As I say,
murdered a
just
few
choose your
people.
words carefully, especially around shades of grey.
We're not going
I'll
to
tell
we're
him.
talking BDSM tomorrow, are we?
I've got to uphold the badge, you know.
Looks for it in his bag. I swear I put it here somewhere. Ah.
I forget, and I'll go back and look this up, but did you guys actually tell him about the dragon eggs?
I
Don't
don't
think so.
believe they're dead. Because they weren't on our person. We just completely forgot about it at the time.
Slash nest.
And we, well, I think we thought he was already there, so we didn't mention it. Because that's why we kind of skipped over that bit, because he was there, but
Yeah, we
apparently
was
he
not-
left.
Was
He
not
sent
there.
us back
Yeah,
there.
was not. He was. He was tied up with us outside the dragon nest, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
but I think he
but we
left
left.
once we escaped, and we
And
went
then he
back.
sent us back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't take him with us.
You didn't have him with you.
I think we probably told him about the dragon nest.
Well, we would have if we like realised he wasn't actually there. Because it
Yeah.
wasn't until afterwards, like, oh, you didn't tell him about that. Like, well, he was there. He knew. Oh, he
We want
wasn't.
dragon
Oh,
mounts. If we tell them about the dragon eggs, they'll probably want to smash them or something. You want to mount like your elk.
I know. I want my second mount. A
I'll
mount
tell you
from-
one thing. It won't be a fucking dragon.
Oh, what?
I know.
You Drake
An ancient dragon.
can carry all of us in one.
That's a
What do
mount
you
from
mean
my
this is
mount.
Anixia? Fuck.
Right. Anyway. The evening begins to draw to a close. And you can return to your rooms.
The hedgehog has been picked clean.
The
Yeah.
hedgehog has been picked clean.
I
It
wonder
is
what
fucking gone.
fucking handful of
I'm going to take a flagon of ale to bed with me if that's all fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's you do that. You can have a hangover tomorrow morning.
Yeah, flagon of ale's not going to tip me over the edge at this point, is it?
No, the 10 previously will give you the hangover.
You're fucking
Eh.
wrecked.
I've had worse nights.
Constitution save, let's go.
Good bonus.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. No. The next morning, he rough as
on
fuck
his
through it. He's bought all these fancy clothes, and he gets downstairs, and there's puke all down the leg.
I gotta find a wizard.
Oh
with a
well, it's
Miller
happened again.
Well, at least it's not blood.
Uh,
Oh, there's some in there as well.
I've like ruptured a fucking what do you call it? Ulcer or something. Like just fucking tore it up all over me.
So, the next morning, you wake up and get called for your breakfast and things, and you go and have that. And then you're sort of led back to your rooms and advised that you'll be summoned when it's your turn to enter the council chamber. So the meeting is obviously starting prior to you getting there. And about after a few hours, you're summoned to the chamber and led down into the palace, and or into the chamber itself. It's set up not unlike a court, a council chamber, like you know, row of seats with the delegates of the council on the top, Lord Neverember in the centre, the rest of the delegates spread across the side, couple of desks and things sat in the middle where people can come and sit, and there's seats for each of the four of you, and then there's an audience behind where you can see the rest of the entourages sort of looking down and able to witness what is going on within the council chamber. And you're led in, and Lord Neverember sort of stands and is like, gentlemen, I trust Lady Haventree's associate briefed you well last night, and we can forgo the formalities. You already know who each of us are. And we've already heard from the tale of events from Onthar and Leosin. But we would like to hear it from yourselves. What happened that led you to investigate the cult. In case things have been misspoken, we would like to hear it in your words.
we do that.
Where would you like us to start?
Well, I was
From the
born in
beginning.
Minibar.
No, not right at the beginning. But
Well, I came out of my mama's cave when I was just a little dwarfling.
from where you learned of the cult of the dragon.
I don't know when did we? That was like 2 years ago.
I know.
Was that in Hoorsville?
Hoorsville's-
It would have
I think we got
been-
told to go there, but I can't remember why.
You had a treasure map that was
Dragon.
leading you to Hoorsville,
Ah, yes.
Oh, and then there was a dragon there.
Yes.
and when you got there, it was under attack.
And
Did we never find that treasure then?
There was no treasure.
There's a tourist pamphlet.
You actually did find you did find the location on the map, but there was nothing there.
Just hoors and hoors and
Right.
hoors.
Just piles of hoors, which apparently were a local root vegetable. So
Well,
Hoorsville.
First of all, we were, incorrectly led to believe that there was a town nearby full of hoors.
You can
And they were,
imagine
in
the
fact,
disappointment.
full of hoors.
That's it.
I didn't hear what you said then.
I said,
good.
I said hoors.
Lots of hoors.
Yeah, we're running the cult first in Hoorsville. Place was under attack.
We dealt with that.
Our paladins
There
were
was
defending it
kobolds.
heroically.
Shitloads of kobolds. There was there any cultists?
Yeah, there was a dragonborn guy. I beat him up.
There was
And
loads
there's
of
the dragon.
there were loads of cultists.
Didn't beat up the dragon, I'll admit that.
No. So yeah, describe what we saw there for the attack. We tried to help the villagers and clear the town. It sort of worked. I'm not entirely sure if we scared them off or they just ended up leaving anyway.
I
We
like to believe the dragon was scared of us.
we were tasked at that point to save Leosin, who had been captured.
I think he'd been spying who got captured, yeah.
Yeah, some he needs help, so we helped.com. We had somewhat of a mishap with said enemies.
Had to Schwarzenegger
But
away.
I believe it was more part of the plan as it played out.
Worked to our
in the
advantage.
We freed Leosin, got him back to Hoorsville. We proceeded to head back to the camp to retrieve our equipment. The camp had been abandoned. Far a few stragglers that we dispatched, furthermore, which is what we reported to Leosin upon our return. He tasked us with getting onto Waterdeep.
Yeah,
I think we were
So-
trying to
Well, I think we were
embed
yard-
ourselves.
on his yard, but in the cave, yeah, we discovered more about what the cult was actually trying to do.
Yeah, Tiamat, lads, Tiamat.
Yeah, they're
Ugh.
trying to bring back Tiamat.
What did you find in that cave other than evidence of them trying to bring back the cult
A roper?
or bring back Tiamat?
No, that's was it the Roper?
Yeah.
The roper was in there.
Oh fucking hell! I thought it was much further on.
I think there was some sort of altar or something.
Yeah, big drawing of Tiamat and yeah, roper. We killed that. Really, that was all?
Evidence that they're collecting dragon eggs.
Collecting
Well,
dragon eggs.
Apparently so, yeah.
I mean, you don't just collect dragon eggs. They don't.
It's not Pokemon cards.
Sort of,
I'm guessing it would have something to do with their plan to bring back Tiamat, but
The
oh dear.
Dallin Winterhound sort of like, so what did you do with these dragon eggs?
Oh no, we didn't have. There weren't dragon eggs there. We just had found out evidence they're collecting them. We assume they left with them. There was about a small army of 50.
The dwarf is like, the dwarf sort of seems sort of perturbed. They've got dragon eggs. This is terrible. They should have been, if there was any evidence of a hatchery or anything like that, it should have been destroyed. The guy from Cormor agrees. And Dallin Winterhound is like, nonsense! The balance of nature must be preserved. If you destroyed the hatchery, it could have done untold damage to the whole nature and balance of dragonkind across Faerun. And a few of the others are sort of like, if there are eggs, we could use them to ransom them against the as ransom. The cult would pay to have them back, or we could sell them for mercenary, to hire mercenaries. Never Ember comes out with that one.
Yes, that would be nice.
At that point, and it's like, Bron Anvil the dwarf is like, for what purpose? You think there is some negotiation to be done with the cult? Hey, you can have your eggs back if you pinky swear not to summon Tiamat. And Winterhound, what do we do with them now? They'll hatch soon enough, and we'll have 3 more chromatics to deal with. Do we just set them free? It's not like we can train them. And sort of a few of the lords sort of exchange sort of angry glances at that exchange of words.
Axis feel like that's a challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Flexes his nature spells.
So,
Just you wait.
Handling.
But from... So you've got evidence that there was dragon eggs, and they were... You believe they're still in the possession of the cult, then?
Of some of them, yeah. I don't entirely know where all those 50 gone. We followed some of them, but I don't know where the rest went.
So my understanding is you followed the cargo from Yartar to Waterdeep.
Uh-huh.
And then from there to...
Mirror of the Dead Men.
To Karnath. And the
Yeah,
Mirror of the
Subtly
Dead
embedded
Men.
ourselves in their group.
The other... So what happens at Karnath? Well, not so much at Karnath, but what led you to this Skyreach?
Well, Mirror of the
Castle.
Dead Men were following their supplies. We followed the supplies down to the water's edge and ran into some lizard folk. Managed to
And there
convince
was
them.
no sign of the dragon eggs at
Not there.
Karnath?
Just normal lizard folk and some strange racist things.
Yeah.
There were transporting boxes that could have been in the boxes. Yeah. We don't know because we couldn't check them.
Yeah, I couldn't follow all of them.
The council looks concerned as they look at each other. So they could be in Waterdeep?
Could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
literally could be anywhere.
Definitely could be in Waterdeep, though.
When we got to the Mirror of the Dead Men, after discovering the castle,
I think there's more of a case of they're definitely in Waterdeep.
It could be. Don't know.
And you don't know how soon they'll hatch.
But yes, to continue on with our main story, we managed to secrete ourselves into their outpost. We convinced the local mercenaries, I suppose you could put it, that their masters were not worth working for, and we're able to use them as a diversionary tool to infiltrate further into their keep, where we followed some, to use the vernacular, fancy-looking cunts who decided to make a dash in all the confusion towards some teleportations. And we followed them through said teleportation devices to somewhere in the wilderness.
Parnast, just outside Parnast.
Yes. During all the confusion, we had managed to identify ourselves as Dragon Cult members through the hastily grabbing of some garbs, I believe. That happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
And again, were welcomed as members into their hunting lodge in the middle of Parnast type place. There, where we were inadvertently discovered and uncovered by said individuals, and we were forced to defend ourselves.
By burning the place to the ground.
Through the ensuing action, there was an unfortunate fire started by someone.
Damage us all.
We made haste out of the building. There apparently were no further survivors of import.
We made sure.
And we took... Did we take another teleportation from there?
Just went down.
No, you're
No.
running down to the.
We walked down and watched how many people come out and see if we could see anyone interesting.
But how did we end up on the floating bit?
We just we're sitting in the town.
Because we were
Yeah.
no, because we were sat talking to the wifey before, like, we got
Yeah.
rumbled, and she was kind of useful for giving out information.
Ah, yeah.
She
So
told
we-
us about
we-
the castle.
So what did you learn
We
of
the-
the cult from her?
No.
There's 4 to 5 main leaders.
there is a bit of a power struggle. I think they are all attempting to one-up each other a bit.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit ruthless.
When she
so
found
by-
out there was trouble in the lizard man with the lizard folk, she was like trying to find ways to make it to her advantage to
Yeah.
get one of the leaders demoted so she could take her place. So they're not
not terribly
one nice,
organised.
close family. There is some disputes between them.
That is useful to know.
Their command could be open to abuse, I suppose, in that sense.
We did find out. I think we did find out one of the names of the leaders. Vadim.
And there was a white dragon.
You did find out the names of one of the leaders, and Varam was his name.
We stole ourselves upon their flying castle, where again we set forth to foil their nefarious plans by means of infiltration and not mad destruction.
But it ended in mad destruction.
That came later.
We discovered their enslavement of some frost giants in
Wasn't
brackets,
enslaved.
weren't they?
Nope.
No, it was a pact. It was
Pact.
They were enslaved.
A fermented rebellion.
Yeah,
Free
I
the
thought
Like
downtrodden
a story
masses.
here, Paul.
Yeah.
it wasn't so much a pact.
No, but
as
it's
we've
you've
got your
also got to bear
missus.
in mind it's not the story that you told Leosin and Onthar, and therefore they have already given evidence.
Would we know? Would we remember what we've told them? Because I don't.
I don't remember.
Well, your characters would, because it has only been
Yeah.
like 10 days.
See, that's why I said we do that. And just skip all this.
One thing is, we also managed to convince the giant to side with us and
Fight a white dragon.
attempt to fight them.
Yeah.
They also found out they had more allies.
Red
found
wizards and shit.
Yeah, Reser Wizards seem to be helping them. And they had the one benefactor on the Sky Castle, an ancient white dragon called Glaziel.
And a magic angry carpet.
That was true.
It's all about those details, isn't it? That
Yeah.
one fucking carpet. The only thing you remember is that one carpet.
Well, I got very intimate with it, so yeah, I do remember it.
When you just hear Torlin mutter, "It was inside me."
It's like, at the same time, it was horrible.
Did you say it was on me and in me at the same time?
I was inside it too.
A few of the members of it. So, giants, dragons, cultists, all in
Right.
the one castle.
Not so much
What-
anymore.
And we
Not
believe.
anymore. I
the-
mean, that castle is a flat pancake in the side of the spine of the world.
do you not think you
the
should
dwarf,
have
the
tried
dwarfs
to
in Middelbar
con-
probably noticed.
Do you not think you should have tried to contact someone and seek reinforcements before doing that? That could have been a valuable resource in the
Something
upcoming
bad was
fight.
happening. What was it? Were they
Meant to
not?
act.
Were they not going somewhere really
It was-
quickly? And if we didn't stop them, bad things was going to happen.
Yeah, it left. We had to get on. There's no time
Like,
for calling reinforcements.
There was no
Backseat fucking
time to.
adventurer.
There was no other option but to crash the castle.
Well, that wasn't the plan.
It wasn't exactly. Yeah, we didn't exactly go. Do you know what? Let's do a suicide mission, boys.
Kamikaze!
Yeah.
The
When
attempt
they,
was to gain control of the castle. It just
We
When
rolled
the
low.
when when the white dragon took out the giant, the castle lost control
Yeah.
and it ended up
And where
spearing
did
into
the-
the spine of the world, just
Maybe
north of
some-
Middelbar.
Chiropractor up there soon.
And what happened with the? Where did the dragon go?
no, it
Flew
survived. We saw it fly away.
Up in north, I believe, wasn't it?
Far, far away.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Sure we
actually
won't see it again.
flew off.
In a far, far away in a galaxy. Far, far away.
Long time ago. In the present day, in a galaxy far, far away.
Towards a galaxy far, far away a long, long time ago.
I just realised I've been updating something and I just didn't need to because I was doing it wrong.
Like Paul's got a timer.
it wrong!
I feel like Paul's got a timer with like down till eggs hatch. Not telling us. Suddenly we are 3 roars from our
So
rooms.
that, and this is more from my point of view, because you haven't mentioned him by name, but so the dragonborn that was in the castle, did you
Was he?
kill him
I believe it did, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he was in the room with the
with the carpet?
with
Yeah.
the car.
So like
Pretty sure we
the-
left everyone dead in that room.
But you didn't
Yeah,
kill the wizards.
The red wizard,
He ran
wizards
away.
got away, yeah.
yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
Oops,
so-
oopsie.
Despite my best Lord's line, motherfucker.
Yeah. We put traps down and everything.
Just as you're
Did you not teabag him afterwards, Torlin?
I don't remember doing that.
Is that
Just
while
as
he's
you're-
still balls deep in the carpet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Estimates, man.
just as you're finishing speaking about the castle, Onthar slams his hand down on the table. It's happening again. Can you sense it? And once again, you get that feeling that the air pressure is dropping, and it does rapidly. And although the council chamber has been loud with the murmuring from the audience, and you've always still been able to faintly hear the background noise from outside the city, but that's stopped now as well. And once again, there's this eerie silence across pretty much everything. And then after a few moments, that sort of the air pressure returns to normal and the hush and sounds of the city return. What was that? Does anyone know what this means? Froome exclaims.
Or
Go look at
look at
Caltron.
the Look at the dragon lady that spoke to Caldron.
I look at Caldron. You remember? Someone told us about this last night.
And I look at Caldron, and I look at her.
One of you is. I don't remember what you said.
At this point, there's a small excuse me, and
It's Caldron.
if I may, and Dallas Silmerhelve stands up and is like, if I may, it's I believe that's the Drakhorn, an ancient device that alerts the dragons when great events, terrible events, let's be optimistic, great events are unfolding. It's impossible to say what the sound means, though. It could be a warning, it could be a call to arms, I don't know. But Dragonkind will hear it, and will eventually answer its call. At this point, pretty much everyone on the council is sort of like, you can hear them all sort of basically saying at the same time, why didn't you bring us this information yesterday or before? Why is, like, how is this the first we're hearing of this? It's like,
It's felt more dramatic.
yeah. It's like, well, I don't know where the Drakhorn is or even what this means. But you asked what it was. I know
Yeah,
what it
fair
is. I don't know what it means, though. And then Neverember. The tiefling whispers in Neverember's ear, and Neverember speaks.
Like a meat puppet.
Do you know anything of how we can find out, or any more information about the Drakhorn? She's like, I don't. I know the last location was the Sea of Moving Ice in the far north, to the north of Icewind Dale. And I will do,
Crap.
Is that where that dragon went?
Yes.
Ruh-roh.
So we know that it was to the Sea of Moving Ice, to the far north of Icewind Dale.
Uh-oh.
But no one can pinpoint its present location from the sound, or could pinpoint its present location from the sound, or even verify with certainty that the relic is still in the Northern Sea. But I would suggest that's where the search would start. The one person who could tell us more is a tiefling sorcerer called Macath the Crimson. I'm not aware of anyone alive who would know more about the Drakhorn than her. But no one's seen her for years, not even the members of the Arcane Brotherhood, of which she's a member. She was investigating the Sea of Moving Ice when she disappeared, looking for the Drakhorn. No one knows if she found it or not, though, because they haven't seen her since.
So the person that would know the location of the Drakhorn in the Sea of Ice is potentially already in the Sea of Ice. The Sea of Ice almost unintelligible in terms of following things, because it is in fact the Sea of Ice, and we need to find a specialist on the Sea of Ice in the Sea of Ice without any knowledge of how to get about the Sea of Ice.
Bags, you know, I was getting that job.
Yeah, 'cause that's someone else's bag, man. We are not up for it.
Yeti Pants here might be up for it because he's got dressed for it, or she might be up for it.
Yeti pants.
The
Ready.
Let's go.
at that, so that's one potential lead. Neverember says, and then goes back a little bit so he can find the rest of his notes and get back to the right bit. And in the council, so Neverember sort of addresses you and the rest of the council. So we obviously have concerns about the potential of unhatched dragon eggs being around somewhere. Obviously there's a chance we could have used these to fund a war effort, or as some would say, have destroyed them to prevent a war, or, you know, future untold damage. And as others say, without destroying the balance of nature. Ooh, fucking hippies.
So you can see me Peter badge in that guy's chest.
But you also mentioned struggles within the cult itself.
Yeah.
Intelligence that's been gathered by other members of the Alliance and so on have discovered that these are called worm speakers, and they seem to be leading various different divisions within within the cult itself. Each of them in possession of a dragon mask, which I'm sure the Talus had told you, and that's what she was after, but you'd forgotten.
There was someone with a dragon mask. And I think we tried to get it after we killed them, and it disintegrated to dust or something.
Can't remember. But these dragon masks would be used to summon Tiamat, from what we understand. We've obviously since sent people back to study the cave that you found. And you're right, there does appear to have been a hatchery or something there, but with there being no sign of the eggs, there is a caution to be taken. You mentioned of Ram the White.
Did we? Maybe we did.
Yeah, like literally Caldron just
Oh,
said there was
Vram.
a Varam.
He's right. I didn't remember. He's the white. The dragon's
Yeah.
white.
We believe him to be the leader, or the White Worm Speaker. And we have potentially information that could lead to finding him. There is reports that he has been seen in the area around the Borskier Bridge. I hope. Which I thought I had put down somewhere. Where did I write that? I definitely remember writing that. Yeah. So anyway, near the Borskier Bridge. There's certainly something there. But Neverember sort of turns to each of the council one at a time, and they nod in return. And he turns back to yourselves and like, so gentlemen, we are in agreement, which is a first. We feel that you are probably best placed to continue your investigations into the cult and stop their plans. I understand that Sildar Hallwinter deputized you several months ago in Fandulin. We will be extending that role and its scope. You now have the legal power to investigate whatever you need to within the Sword Coast. All the territories within the Alliance. We'll respect your requests, but remember that this will also put a target on your backs, as there are many that will not bend the knee just because you've got our authority.
We'll teach them.
I think we can probably spend some time to investigate the potential of where your search should begin, but it sounds like there's two options. One is the Sea of Moving Ice, and the other is to seek out Vadim and try and recover his mask or whatever. But it seems like those are our options. Is this a
Out of
challenge?
character. Out of character, where the fuck is this bridge? Worcester Bridge.
Borskier Bridge is, and that's what I was trying to bring up, but I kept clicking on the wrong fucking window.
Is it cold?
Borskier Bridge, I believe, is down around there's no pinging on the map, but down at the sort of like leading into the Serpent Hills, that traffic jam north of the Forest of Worms. Sort of, it's quite a distance away. It's maybe 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 400. It's about 8. It's almost 1,000 miles away.
If only we had a flying castle.
Yeah, if only you had a flying castle.
Well, the other one looks much further away and colder, so yeah, let's...
Yeah, and almost impossible to find.
Yeah. Plus, we're pretty sure there's a dragon up there. Pretty sure. And remember the last time the dragon.
But, yeah.
Friendly looking names down there. Hill of Lost Souls, Battle of Bones, Skull Gorge.
Look at the bottom right-hand corner, Andrew.
Blando?
Lando.
I like the artist name or just an actual place.
Blando's the artist name.
It's a bit boring.
Yeah, so it's a touch bland.
Yeah. Well of Dragons. That's suspicious.
Yes. So those are your options. We will give you the evening to consider and to consult with Dala. I believe would possibly be the best person to consult with about trying to locate Macath the Crimson. And we can probably arrange to get you to the Borskier Bridge without having to spend 12 days on horseback.
I think Axis has a question for you.
Yes?
Will we get fancy new badges to replace these ones because they're a bit battered and bruised?
I mean, sure.
Is there a
Can we get our
stipend or a
names
wage?
engraved on them?
Yeah.
Make it feel a bit more official, like.
A bit more official. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Can I be a deputy Silver Axe?
Can I get a full plate mail?
Bring your badges, lads!
Can I get some magic items? What's your inventory like, lads? Can I delve into
Don't
your
fucking
plate?
push it, Dave. Just seriously, wind the fucking neck in. I'm not kitting you out with enough shit to take on the fucking, like, a Tiamat.
I mean, we're going to have to eventually, so you should...
I know, I think, like, let's just preempt
It's supposed to be a challenge.
dragon bashing and just, kit us out. And I swear to God, it'll make these missions fly by. We'll have you Tiamat and a plate in a week. Lads.
You've already left the chamber.
Ah.
You're like,
No
you
more
point at Adel, you've got plate mail, can I have yours?
No more hedgehog for that man.
Yeah.
Pickled onions have clearly gone to his head.
Too much cheese.
Yeah, so I think that unless you've got anything to ask of Dala or anyone, then we will end it there for this evening.
Yeah, I don't have any questions for Dallas, Texas. Clearly doesn't know very much. Also, she only knows about the thing we don't want to go do, so no.
What do you not want to do?
Go to the icebergs?
Why not?
They don't have any Yeti armor like you.
It's your fault.
Amateur hour.
Exactly.
I feel like we killed a Yeti together, and then you took all the skin.
Yeah. Because you want to get fucking drunk and go to sleep, didn't you?
I just think that's.
I had stuff to do.
And to be fair, he also did offer you the opportunity to make some armor with leather, but you all turned him down.
There you go. Y'all wanted wolf cloaks? You can all fuck off.
You didn't give us any wolf cloaks.
I know.
You took
You
that too?
You weren't there?
You callous bitch.
You said you didn't want. You were just talking about the Yeti stuff. I took it as everything. No worries. Cheers, lads. Thank you. Bye.
I mean, to be honest, if you're going to go up to the frozen north, they're not going to make you go in fucking shorts and t-shirts. They will give you
Well-
some warm clothes.
Oh, well.
God, you imagine those warm clothes on top of your Yeti armor? You're going to shrink from all the sweat.
To be fair, they'll be lucky if there's anything left of her before she gets there. So, she's been wearing this Yeti armor in the fucking middle of Waterdeep summer. So
Sweating profusely.
she's been like all through that council meeting. They've been looking at her strangely because she's been mopping her brow because she's sweating buckets.
It's smelling a bit salty like in there.
It's like there's a wee puddle just below where she was sitting, and it's not anything weird. It's just sweat, which is still a bit weird. But
Then you got to empty your boots at the end
She
of the
just really likes giving evidence.
yeah, it's like it's not a sign of nerves. It's just this is very warm in here.
Just hard enough for you.
But yeah, we will end that there for this evening then. And
freeze frame like that, please.
yeah, just
Thingy. What's it called?
well,
It's the one with the.
Sorry, can I just say we walk out the room and I suggest to the lads we have some very big omelettes in the morning. Like, we clearly are about to bring the end of Waterdeep down on ourselves.
but anyway, so with that, yep, it's good night from us because that's now only 2 hours 40 minutes, so it's quite a short episode or session. But yeah, good night from us. If you do like what you see, like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Do not report us.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to report us for, really. We didn't swear that much tonight.
Oh,
Well, you
well.
All of that.
We were
usual
clearly
stuff.
on a different feed, Paul.
Yeah. Oh well. Never mind. But yeah. Thanks and good night.
Night.